Hey everybody! What's up? Coming at you with a new ring light. My name is Mike Pitts. We're the casual ones with inverted axes. With me we have Aaron, Ray, Malcolm, Mike. We don't we don't have a lot of unique names here.
No.
We like to recycle.
Two Mikes, two Malcolms.
Yeah,
We
two
like
Mikes,
to
two
double up
Malcolms, a Ray and an Aaron.
Yeah, and we do
I
a say and merge into array to
Shit.
keep it simple.
Wait,
Other way.
Come on, there we go.
You're
Yeah,
way too
close
far
enough.
over. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we'll
don't
go,
have to
we'll
be-
go finger to elbow, baby.
There we go.
Not fingering his elbow.
That's
Speaking
not
of
energy.
fingering elbows,
Oh. If you've never been by for the
Found the
stream
fourth
before, first off, sorry. So
Yeah.
sorry. So sorry
Yeah.
for everything in advance. But yeah, we're a group of people. We do some streams, mainly Dungeons and Dragons, also sometimes through the Breach, and well, we have secrets that are going to be coming later down the road, so don't worry about that. But in case you missed our last episode, this is our ongoing, persistent campaign for Dungeons and Dragons. This is our second campaign that we've done, and this is episode 2. If you missed episode 1, you can go back through our Twitch VODs and view it. We're also working on getting things over on YouTube. Last episode and this episode will be up on tomorrow's Friday. Not Friday. Saturday.
Hey,
I
like
can't
that.
get it. I won't have it done by tomorrow. That's the
we're gonna be YouTubers and streamers. Look at us go. We're
What?
evolving. Just evolving, you know.
Stream
Chopping
tubers.
up.
Also,
Charmeleon.
if you need something to cheer you up, throw a little of this on for you.
Ooh.
This is how the team gets in the mood.
This is
Yeah.
how we get ready.
Not
Oh, wait
Fun
a
fact:
minute.
we did listen to that song before stream. Yes.
we actually, yeah,
Well,
to
some
be
of us
fair,
did.
we did. But anyway,
The trick to getting ready is to just make Berkeley mad.
there's
right?
only one of
Yeah.
the
I don't
songs
hate
he
that
doesn't
one.
like, though. That's the weird part.
Yeah, I only hate one of them.
Yeah. But
That
without
one.
further ado, because we were a little
No,
late-
not that one.
Anyway, let's go ahead and recap last week's episode. So, last week, we saw the beginnings of what may become a group of adventurers, all arriving or already being present in the town of Turin, each with their own separate agendas. We had the brothers Zelmith and Elhorn, who were visiting on a sort of diplomatic trip. Silas, who had been staying at one of the local inns, the same inn that Zelmith and Elhorn were staying at. We had Grub, who is currently going by the name of Dwarb, I think. Yep. Who has been... Yeah, whatever. But who had been doing some, who had been hired by the son of the Lord of the City and was doing some work getting rid of monsters that had been sort of terrorizing the local farms folk. And then we had Charlie, who had been visiting the town to assist in some additional healing that was required to some less fortunate townsfolk. During the trip, while you were all kind of doing your separate things, Grub/Dwarb got pulled into what for him was a super unfortunate situation where he was forced to try to be social and have a dinner with people he had no care for. And while both Charlie and Silas were kind of going about their duties in the city and everybody else was eating lots of food and getting very drunk, a sort of attack had broken out, where a lot of town folk had been kind of running from the west side of town towards the east. And upon investigation from everybody here, you did discover that there were some kind of beasts wreathed in shadow that had been attacking the locals. You all entered the fray, as it were, and through some somewhat, difficult combat, ended up being able to slay the beasts themselves. And we ended just as the group, a lot of you, had been going into Caleb Marshall's home, well, his father's home, really, to discuss what had just happened with Charlie and Dwarb? I don't know what the fuck you called yourself. Whatever it was. Dragging in the carcass of one of these beasts. That was really good timing on the piano. So.
Just pretend it was intentional.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all part of it.
Yeah, so I have a button for that. So, where we pick up today. You're all led into the Lord Marshal's home. And you can see that Caleb is entirely out of sorts. He's kind of beside himself, almost in panic. And he turns to you all and says, first off, thank you so much for helping with those creatures. I've never seen anything like this before. Generally, I don't even deal with this kind of business. My only duties lie with the excavation of the ruins. I suppose we should pay you for your services. I can ensure that you're all given a fair payment. Do you have any idea of what those things were?
I'm checking, and I, with the one I'm pulled inside, I am now going to gut this like a fish.
Okay. As you do so, go ahead and make a survival check for me with advantage.
Sure.
While he does that, DM,
Yes.
Zell was sort of just hanging out, watching. Was there ever an intent that these monsters were trying to get through us to the house? Like they were here specifically for a reason, or did it just seem like a random happenstance?
I would say that it was more you had sort of gone out and intercepted. It didn't seem... Yeah. It didn't seem like they were necessarily like on their way out or anything like that.
So they were just terrorizing the town, and they happened to be in front of the house, like when we came out to intercept.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling you would have got from it for sure.
Just making sure.
Yep.
I got a 19 on that.
19. So this is definitely something you haven't seen before. A couple things sort of catch your attention. First off, there's similarities to this as you would find in something like a hound or a wolf. But the teeth, like the way the jaw is set is all wrong. Like the nose kind of comes down to be too narrow. Like it's wolf-like and hound-like in some ways, but in very many others they're not. Also, thinking back to the fight, you knew that there was a lot of this like shadowy like wisps that seem to be surrounding this beast. They're absolutely and completely gone. You also notice you did say that you cut into it, correct?
Yeah.
The hide itself seems to be like surprisingly tough to cut through. With the way that you're doing it right now. And you also notice that this beast doesn't seem to have a lot of the organs you would necessarily expect. Like, it doesn't seem to have any kind of stomach. It doesn't seem to process anything that goes into it. Doesn't have a digestive tract either.
Organs missing, not necessarily alien replacements. Just
Correct.
stuff. Okay. I kind of just point out the obvious.
Yeah.
Nothing in here. Teeth are wrong.
And you see,
Is
like,
it some sort of
Caleb
mutation,
kind of looks
perhaps?
sick, like having watched you just like dissect this thing on his floor. And he just kind of turns, just give me. Can someone please clean that up? We'll bring this outside. Oh, that's disgusting.
Step to the side to avoid dirtying my shoes on it.
Does it? Does the body just? How do I word this? Is the inside meant for no stomach lining, or does it seem wrong? Like, does it look like
You
it's
can
melted
make
goo?
a medicine check.
Medicine check. Tailspire. 1 second, guys. Boom. A first roll. That's a 17 total.
Okay. So you kind of get in there and you peer in at the insides of this, and I mean you're not a trained medical professional by any means, but from what you can tell, it doesn't seem like there had been something that was there and was later removed. It just seems like it's either like it was never there to begin with, or it was no longer required, or something to that degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Zelmith. That seems weird. Something's not right.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention. What's happening?
Why am I not surprised? Can I look into my book? Are the monsters coming from the ruins that we spoke about earlier? Like in that general direction, or were they coming in from another
I
direction?
mean, the ruins are to the west, but
and they came from the
there's
west.
a lot of stuff
that
to
we-
the west. Like the mountains are to the
Okay.
west. There's a dwarven city to the west. Like there's a lot of stuff to the west, technically. But
Okay.
you know that the ruins themselves are kind of to the northwest. But they did come
Okay.
from the western side of town.
No, I was being serious. I wasn't really, I heard something about no organs and weird teeth. Was that it?
Partially. More importantly, though, there was a reward for, I believe, 4 of us.
You heard the man?
Certainly, I'll be paying all of you. Give me a moment, and I'll get the gold. Would you like it now? Whatever's. So,
That's yes. I feel like that's a yes.
excellent. Yes. Give us a moment, and I'll go and make sure that we get the gold for you. One moment, please. Thank you. Thank you all again. Okay, and he kind of rushes off.
What's this
Just
about
kinda-
ruins?
There's a weird cave or something. I don't know. Sealed up, old stuff. That's what he said.
You seem like you know your way around here. Is this a common beast or some sort of mutation?
Me? These? Never seen them.
Well, I simply want my gold and I'll be on my way.
You're such a charmer.
I'm here for the gold too. I mean,
All right. Well, thank you for making that awkward.
You guys
Anyways,
hear a knock at the door.
The front
Well-
door.
red robe, go get it.
He's
Not
talking
me.
to you, Silas.
Yes.
Nope. Not my house.
Charlie goes over to the door. to
Can
open it.
never find good help.
I'm scooting back.
After seeing all this like super awkwardness the whole time.
So you open the door, and you can see like a dwarven male walk in. You can see he seems to have like a gash like above his left eye. You can see like his clothes are kind of in tatters, and like just kind of in general, he's surprisingly dirty. And he just kind of walks in. He says, I need to speak with the Lord Marshal or Caleb Marshall if he's here. I'm going to sit down for a second. You see, he just kind of like plops himself like just directly onto the floor.
Yeah, I have Joffrey, my unseen servant, that's still up. Bring him a glass of wine.
Okay. You see, Joffrey does come over to you first with a bottle that you had asked for during the battle.
Exactly. 2 glasses, please.
And you see 2 glasses get poured. And one's
One
handed
for
to you.
one for the dwarf.
One goes over, and you see just kind of like he just sees the glass in front of his face. He just reaches up and says, "Hey, thanks." Starts drinking from it, like totally oblivious to the fact that it was just like hovered over to him.
Does the gash look serious?
You
superficial?
can't quite see bone, but it doesn't look great. And like just like with the dirt that seems to be on him in general, it's
That's
not,
going to need stitches.
Do you need help?
I think there's going to be many that need help. Yes. Sorry.
No, I mean you, and I point to where his gash is.
She kind of. If you can, if you have the means to patch this up, I wouldn't mind.
And I'll use a charge from my healer's kit to bandage his head and
Alright.
apply a salve.
You see, he sits there and like you can see him wincing slightly, but he stays surprisingly still throughout you doing like the cleaning of the wound and dressing it and everything. And once you're finished, he says, "I thank you. My name's Glastair. Wanted to.
I'm sorry, pardon?
My name is Glastair.
If you were to spell that,
Why would you need to spell my name?
I just have Joffrey write down all of the names of people I meet, so I don't forget.
Is he Joffrey? And he points at Elhorn.
No, Joffrey, lift the wine glass up, please. Wine bottle, not glass. Leave his glass.
Peppers it to his face.
And he just looks. He says, "Aye, that's a neat trick."
It's quite handy.
Glastar. Glastair.
Perfect, thank you. Sorry, you were saying?
No, that was it. I was just saying thanks.
How did you get hurt?
Well, I was, see, I help with the, unearthing of the ruins. I work at the excavation site, and, for days now, we've been trying to find a way in. There's no doors, there's no windows, it's like a giant rock prison. But as it was starting to get dark, we heard some noises coming from the inside, and I don't know. I was helping to cook the meal for the rest of the workers there, and all of a sudden there was just I don't know, something burst out through the rock, through this ruin, and
Did
immediately
it look like this? But I want to kick the corpse.
He kind of looks down and says, "Oh, oh yeah, it would kind of look like that. It was there was more. I don't know if it was fur or what it was, but there was something else. It wasn't so naked.
The shadowy bits.
If that what it was, I'll be honest. I kind of just hid. They just started tearing into the workers. I think honestly, there's probably many bodies still left behind. Oh,
Glastair,
God.
How many were there?
Oh, including me, there was probably about 7 or 8 of us. Some of us got out, but some of us didn't.
And how many dogs?
It all happened so fast. Probably 5 or 6.
That's not how as many. We have less than 5 or 6 here, so
I think we
Okay.
killed 3.
2.
But that means there may be more
One was a big one.
still in town.
yeah.
From what I've seen out there, you know, I know the town was in a bit of disarray. I think I saw some guards take one of them down, but I haven't seen anything else, and things seem to be calming down a bit out there. The guards are sort of restoring the peace, so I'm not sure.
Do you
What-
think
what
there's
time?
more in the cave?
That's the first time there's been an opening in the cave. I couldn't tell you what's in there. It's not
Something
really a cave. It's almost like
A prison, you said.
no. It's just it's a lot of stone walls. You can tell. It was
You did
man-made.
say prison, which had me questioning because you said prison, and then you said something broke through and out.
I only said prison because there was no doors. That's all. I
And
don't.
stuff
It
inside.
doesn't. There's
It just
nothing else
feels-
that would indicate it would be a prison or anything like that.
Besides the breaking out part, you're right.
Fair. It's strange. You can tell the structure itself is man-made. Like it's like stones and mortar, but it was the strongest. Like we've tried picks and hammers, and nothing's gotten us in. I don't know how they were able to get through. To be perfectly honest with you, but it's
DM.
yeah.
Sorry, is there anything that sounds like that? Like something that's indestructible that
Make a
exists in the
history
world
check.
today? That's what I was hoping you'd say.
While he does that, Pitts, what time is it now?
Well, someone's coming down when you guys had started the fight. Been talking for a little while, so I'd put you around
Natural
like
20.
7 or 8. Nat 20.
Okay.
25 total.
So there's been some other like ruins throughout the world that's sort of been unearthed before. This actually doesn't sound familiar. This doesn't sound like something that you've ever heard of. Like there are very strong different types of stone out there. A lot of like the dwarven clans especially will kind of use like a more a compressed stone, not like using a bunch of diamonds or anything crazy like that. But they do have ways of like layering rock and compressing it with a little bit of like arcane knowledge as well. That does make a sturdier like brick and mortar structure, but it doesn't sound quite like this. Nothing that's been indestructible. There's stuff that will really stand for like a long time, but nothing quite like this.
Do you
Yep,
think this
sounds
could have
weird.
been before, during the time of the gods? I mean,
I honestly, DM, I didn't know if we knew anything about that.
would we have had like a basic understanding?
Yeah. So sort of the intro that I gave in the.
So that
original
is
That-
public knowledge.
that is all public knowledge.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I would have
Yeah,
assumed.
like
That the history
mainly,
check
so
is.
anything
Is it-
historic, anything before like that change that like took place with the gods, anything before that is like highly contested. There's tons of theories about what was going on, about like you can't find, or at least you guys have never heard of historic records of like the names of kingdoms. Like it's
Okay.
as if 1200 years ago, whoever there was and whatever was going on isn't like factual.
Could we safely say that this structure, not having seen it but heard?
Someone's at the
Did I
front
go
door.
back to school? Jesus.
Yeah, that was.
Sounds like the subway.
Who was that? Was that
I
Aaron?
thought it was me, but I could hear it.
Yeah. Aaron, that wasn't you
Anyways.
or anything, right? I just want to make sure it wasn't like my sounds like somehow had a
No.
doorbell.
No,
I think
it-
someone rang the doorbell.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just want to make sure I
That
didn't fuck
shattered-
something up.
That shattered my brain because I thought I was the only one who heard it for a little bit.
I have to tear it off. I say every time, don't ring the goddamn thing, and they're like punching it outside.
Let me in.
What's
let
wrong
me
with
in.
you?
What I was going to ask is, does this feel like it could, like the structure, even not having seen it, sounds like it could be something from a different age?
Yeah, I don't like that. Wouldn't be a stretch, just knowing that it's something that hasn't been seen before. So just so you guys have a bit more background information, like there's a lot of different ideologies as to what was happening, like I forget what I called it, but like before the change that took place. There are some contesting theories that are things like the gods erased all knowledge of the world before, because it was like a do-over. Like everything that was created, everything that was made was just like trash garbage. We don't want people to ever make that mistake again, so let's start a new thing. There are some people that say like people reached too far and the powers got too great and the gods kind of had to settle everything down. Like there's a lot of very different ideas as to why there's no historic record of what's going on. There's people who think that there were like the old forgotten gods that had ruled, and then new gods came in and took their place, and stuff like that.
War of the gods. Okay.
DM,
Yes.
would I be able to tell if the wolf thing is like considered like living or undead?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Okay. 15.
15. You wouldn't classify this as undead. It does still have a heart, and you can tell it has like the basic function for a circulatory system. It just doesn't seem to need to require food or anything to get rid of waste either.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely odd, but
Glass tar? Is that how you say it?
it's glassed here.
Glass chair. How
Right.
long have you been working at the ruins?
Well, we've been excavating for probably about a month or so. Someone had just been digging out there for I honestly don't even know why. They came across an odd looking stone, and when people had been sent out to kind of investigate, they found that they couldn't take samples of it. So everybody started digging, and the further we got, the kind of became more of an archaeological find more than anything. So, brought in experts like myself who know the rock real well, and started sort of digging around it and finding how big this structure was.
Was today? Did anything happen today out of the usual?
No,
Did somebody find something and touch something that they probably shouldn't have?
honestly, nothing that I saw. I'm one of the more senior members, but so I kind of keep an eye on everybody else. But I didn't see anybody doing anything out of the ordinary. Like I said, we've been trying to get into this thing for a long time. We've tried all manners of stone and steel, and we've even had a couple arcane users try to throw their magic against it, and nothing had really gotten in.
We were going to go there tomorrow morning, but it seems like maybe I don't know. It is quite late. We'd be putting ourselves in a disadvantage if we were to go.
Like
I
I said,
need a nap.
there might be more out there. I certainly saw more than the two you've mentioned, the one that I've seen. So I don't know. And around this time, Caleb comes back down carrying several sacks of what you assume is coin. And you see, he looks over. He says, "Last here. My goodness. Are you okay?" And he comes over, and they have a quick conversation that I'm not going to roleplay with myself. Basically, last year fills him in on everything that happened. And Caleb says, they were able to get out. There was something in there. This changes a lot. That shouldn't. What could have lived in there for so long?
Some creature without a stomach, apparently.
Didn't need to eat.
And weird teeth.
Fair. Well, we'll have to investigate first thing in the morning. I need to go talk to the captain of the city guard and make sure that everybody's on high alert. For the rest of you who have helped, please take this as a token of my appreciation. He hands you each a bag.
Nice.
Inside the bag, you'll find 20 gold each.
20,000 gold.
Nope.
Now.
No. You do not own a castle, sir. And he
Well,
and he says, if anybody needs a place to stay, you're welcome to stay here. We have several rooms available. I can have them made and done up for you. If you would be interested in more work, we're certainly going to have to investigate the ruins tomorrow. You all seem to do a fine job today. I'd be happy to hire you all on, sort of as a guard for myself and some of the workers that come out. If not, I understand as well. We can bring some of the city guard, but some of you seem to have some advantages that a lot of the guardsmen here do not. So
Now, do you think probably there's more monsters in there?
I could only guess. I honestly I don't know. We
Hmm.
had no information when we started this dig. You know, we were being very careful. Well, sort of until the point we found out that we couldn't break it anyway. So
Hmm.
I mean, it stands to reason it's possible there's more monsters in there. If some came out, I don't know.
What would we be looking at for money for if I bring you some more?
Um, what's your fee?
I'm actually not that picky. I think per we talking per monster? I'll go in the cave. I'm going in the cave either way. So it's just
Um, I think it's more. I'd be interested in making the ruins safe for more of our researchers to enter. Um, I don't. It's not really a per monster. I'm not interested in a per monster fee. I'm more looking at a flat rate to make sure that the ruins themselves are safe.
These folks, trust me, 75 gold a person at least. Trust me.
I hate I have to say it, but go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
Grub's trying not to like trying to contain the excitement. Like Jesus Christ.
18.
What a surprise! Your minimum. Um, I'm sure Father won't mind.
This is important stuff, so.
It is. It is. The historic knowledge is.
It could change
is
the world,
invaluable.
really, Caleb, right?
Absolutely.
Is that not what 75
the
gold
only-
a person?
Absolutely. The only ask that I have is please, because I'm going to be honest. I have some skill with a sword, but I'm no fighter. So I won't.
You
be
can hang
going
out with
in-
me, Caleb. You'll be fine.
I'm not going into the ruin.
Oh, that works too, I suppose. I don't have to go in either, I guess.
That's.
I look at Elhorn.
I'm gonna just pretend I didn't hear that. Just under my breath. Oh yes, you are.
That's
I heard that.
that's totally your decision. For anybody that does go in, you'll be paid 75 gold upon
Yeah, I'm in.
clearing it out. Just again, because we're doing research and these are very historic ruins, I'm going to ask that you leave everything where it is. You don't take anything. You don't break anything. We want to keep this in as good a condition as we can. Obviously, if there's beasts or monsters in there, you'll have to disperse of them, and however that happens.
Yeah.
Understood.
Monsters, I'm gonna take and break it.
Hey, Caleb, what if instead of that, for me personally, no gold, but I get to take one thing, and I'll show it to you before I take it.
I can't guarantee that. This is a historic site.
Say you'll try. The gold isn't that important.
I am happy to. I'm happy to negotiate with you when the time comes.
That's all I was
We'll
looking
talk
for.
about it.
One thing. It's just one thing.
I will probably have to ask my father to make sure.
Oh, I'll talk to him. It'll be fine.
If you can't have the thing, I'll take his gold. It's fine.
No, if you want, you can give it to him. That's fine.
Well, you can't. I'm not going to do both.
You know what I changed? No, then I can't get the thing. Sorry, dude. I tried.
Anyway, does anybody need to stay here? And you see, Glassdeer's like, I'd like to stay here if I can. And he says, oh yes. Of course, I'll have our some of our healers. Well, actually, that seems to be bandaged quite well. Well, you can remain here. Absolutely. Please come upstairs. Does anybody else need to stay for the night?
Certainly not.
Good.
Would
You don't have to
anybody
say
like
it like that, man. He's giving you a kind gesture. You don't have to be a douche about it. We're good. Thank you so much.
I have a place already.
I also have lodgings.
Okay.
But the gesture was obviously well appreciated. It just turns out that we all either have a place to stay or live here.
Absolutely. No, that's totally understandable. If any of you would, well, I actually, sorry, one second. let's say we meet here for breakfast in the morning and then we leave? Or would you like to just meet outside of town in the morning?
Breakfast sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a mimosa?
A what?
I'll show
Morning
you.
mimosas.
I'll show you. I'm about to change your life, Caleb. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Thank you all again very much.
Pack up all that stuff and I'm at the door immediately.
All right, are you leaving the corpse behind?
Yeah, I've done what I've done with it.
Just
I
wanted
got
to
all
make
that.
sure.
I got a vial of its juice and I took a look at it.
You got 2 vials.
2 vials, yes, that's right.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming with that you guys head out, and the rest of the evening is yours. What would you like to do? Or are you guys all heading to bed?
No, I'm gonna put my like arm around Zelmith, kind of bring him in. See, this is when we drink. We now have something to celebrate.
We can start drinking now.
Yes, let's just go to the tavern. Let's just forget about this.
Right. If you'd like,
This day.
gentlemen, drink on me. It's no problem.
Silas just kind of like rolls his eyes and quickly walks ahead and heads towards his inn.
Yes.
Okay.
Smells like new money.
This is a Hamilton reference, and I know.
Yes. Shrub and sorry, I didn't catch your name. You were fighting stuff.
It's not. I'm going somewhere. That doesn't even know my name. How can he call to me? I'm just leaving.
I was actually talking to the one with the hood, but all right. See you, Shrub.
I'm Charlie.
Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Joffrey, write that down. You don't have many minutes left.
I'm gonna like extend my hand to Charlie. I'm Elhorn, Peacebreaker.
Yes, people shake. Right.
So I shake Elhorn's hand and offer it to Zelmith.
Sure, yeah. I'm just very forgetful. It's nice to meet you. Want a drink?
Don't mind my brother.
We're gonna have a few drinks. On me.
No, I think that's okay.
All right, more for me. And Elhorn, of course. I'm not greedy.
I'll see you two tomorrow then,
Bright and early.
Bright and early.
because I'm assuming they're not staying in the same hostel I'm staying in.
Yeah.
No.
Before I go back to the Laughing Snail,
Yep.
can I go to Kalesa?
Yeah.
And if she's not there, I just wanted to give half of the gold to her.
Yeah, you knock on the door and she is there and she opens it. She says, "Oh, hello."
Hello, Kalesa. I'm just here to give some gold from the Duke's child to help with the wounded.
From the Duke's child.
Yes, the little boy.
Yeah, no, Why did he pay you? Do you have other work that you're doing here?
I was walking around and I came across the 2 dogs running through the city.
I heard about that. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm okay. But
Okay.
I figured the people in this part of town might need a bit more help. So I hand her 10 gold.
She takes it, and you can see she's getting a little teary-eyed about it. She says, "You're too kind, Charlie. Thank you."
It's quite alright. I'm gonna go off to bed now, though, so...
Okay. If
be
you
safe.
need anything, please take from any of the
Thank
of the salves that we have. Thank you.
Say my goodbyes, and I head to the Laughing Snail,
Okay.
where I just crash.
Yep. No worries. Zelmith and Elhorn. So you guys make your way back to the Rebellious Rapier.
Yes.
Rowan.
Yes. Sir, yes.
Um,
Master Zelmith?
I'm feeling frisky tonight. Could you bring us a bottle of whiskey?
Absolutely. So right away. And he kind
Feeling
of
frisky?
wanders
Drink
off.
some whiskey.
Oh, that was an accident, stranger. Thank you for reminding me of that.
He comes back. Would you like me to leave the bottle?
Rowan,
Yes.
we've had a relationship long enough now for you to know the answer to that.
Here you are, sirs. Thank you very much.
All right. Ta-ta for now, Rowan.
And he heads back over behind the bar.
Zelmith, I hate to say this, but we should probably, how do I put this without you getting
Finish the
upset?
bottle?
No, we should probably not apologize. That's a strong word, but at least be civil with the Silas. If you,
Oh, it has a name. I hadn't even thought to ask.
it does. He
I mean,
does.
I will be as nice as he will. How about that?
You know, we should probably take the higher ground on this one. Let's just, we'll be polite. Maybe he'll change his tune and he'll be polite.
I promise to try my hardest.
Okay. No more of the push-up thing.
I have other ideas. It's fine.
Okay, just please don't embarrass me. I don't. Oh, please.
Me embarrass you.
Yes, you're so good at it. I sometimes I think you do it on purpose.
Of course I do it on purpose. Will you have a shot with me, please?
Gotta do a little cheers. Put it back.
I only drink half the bottle because I have work in the morning.
Be responsible.
Yeah. Well, we
And
should.
then I do give the whatever it costs, I'll pay it, and then I give the rest of it to anyone who's sitting at the bar or just in the tavern. And if there's no one there, I just tell Rowan that he can have it back.
Now you see a couple like very finely dressed dwarves that are sort of sitting at the bar, and as you kind of hand the bottle over, see one of them's like, "Hi, thank you, stranger," and like just grabs the whole bottle and just starts drinking from
I was
it.
gonna say have a drink for me, but clearly you're having enough for both of us. Good night.
All right.
Well, let's call it an evening. We'll meet everybody in the morning.
Of course, I'm chewing on bread.
Now you eat the bread.
Now I need the bread.
I'll see you in the morning, or I almost called you my name. I'll see you in the morning, Stelveth.
That's all for now.
All
I'm
right.
gonna close my door and be like, could this day have gotten not worse, but any better, I guess? And just go and lay down.
All right.
Yeah, I close the door and think, wow, what a great day. Sleep soundly.
All right. And Grub, I'm assuming you go back to your place and crash as well?
Well, I'm a little bit wondering if should I maybe burn some of this gold in my pocket now, or should I wait till the morning? How are the shops looking?
It's honestly, a lot of people are starting to close up at this point.
It's pretty late now.
Just because it is getting later. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of see me scurry off to the edge of town. And go back to where I go.
Okay.
And, yeah, just probably counting on the money over and over and over until I fall asleep.
All right.
Dune 2.0.
As you lay in your pile of money, just
Yeah.
you do eventually find sleep, and the rest of you do find a nice restful sleep take you. Some of you a little bit more sore and battered than others, but you guys do all get a long rest.
Hey.
And before too long, sunlight is breaking in through all your windows, and the day is yours. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna knock on Zelmith's door. Brother, it's time to get up.
Come in. The door's
Just
locked.
walk. You have to unlock the door before you say that.
Joffrey? Your click?
I'm gonna open the door. Where did you learn that trick? I gotta get myself one of those.
I mean, it does require a bit of magic.
I was gonna say, if you say finesse one more time, I'm gonna. Anyway,
It's
are
just
you ready
been
to go?
Just 10 more minutes. I'm probably like 40 more minutes. But then we go.
All right.
So, go on.
So you guys obviously arrived late. Everybody else, are you heading over there first thing in the morning?
Yeah, I'm punctual.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
It depends on if there's shops open. I'm scouting the town. I'm looking for anywhere to.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely some shops that are starting to open up. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I think I'm looking for potentially weapons, armor, that kind of thing. Something. Also potions, because I just noticed I have absolutely zero, and I don't even think I started with any. So, yeah, that kind of stuff. Looking, monster in a cave situation kind of stuff.
Monster in a cave situation kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
There are a couple shops that you kind of come across. There is one that kind of catches your eye because there's actually a large three-headed dog on the sign above the door. And it's called the Big Cerberus.
Okay.
So
Yeah, get right in there.
yeah, you head on in, and you can see a very surprisingly fancily dressed elven male is behind the counter, and you can see there's a few things that are on the floor, but most everything it's almost like the back end of the shop and where the desk is. The counter, that's the word I'm looking for. Takes up there's more room behind the counter than in front of the counter.
Okay.
Seems to be some pretty nice looking stuff. You see a lot of there's weapons inlaid with gold. You can see there are a couple racks of potions behind him and things like that. And he looks up and he says, welcome to the Big Cerberus. How can I help you?
Did you know about the monsters last night?
I heard about that. That was.
I'm looking. Looking to fight those. So I'm looking for stuff to fight those with.
There's more? Ooh. What kind of are you looking for, weapons or magical items, or what would you need?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. Ooh, so you have some gold to spend.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
And potions. Potions would be great.
I have a good selection of potions. The ones that I have right now are 50 gold each, but they will help heal wounds in the midst of battle if you're quick. Could save a life, Other than that, I do have... And he kind of reaches under the desk. And you see he pulls out what looks to be a sort of a dagger that is from the distance that you're at, it's hard to tell. Well, he actually, you're tiny. He kind of flips it up and shows it to you. Yeah, exactly. But you can see there's a couple small jewels in the hilt and everything, and the actual handle is leather wrapped, and it's very nicely made. And he says, "This here is a bit of a special dagger, which for you is almost like a sword, isn't it? Yeah, you could slay many a beast with this. When you stab, you'll notice that it does. You'll notice it'll create flames on the beast it attacks.
Just flames?
Yes, but flames.
Okay. How much?
A measly 500 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or is that maybe perhaps a little out of your price range? Maybe we find something else that maybe is a little better for you.
How often do you sell those?
Well, this is one of a kind.
Have you had it
I
for a
don't have
while?
this just
or-
laying around. This is, it was acquired through trade. Sometimes people will bring items that they no longer need, or old family heirlooms they're looking to offload, and I take it and I shine it up a little bit and I resell it.
Have you had it long?
This piece I've had for a couple months now.
Okay, all right. So maybe not going anywhere. So maybe I come back in a week.
Certainly, I can keep it on. I can sort of keep it aside for you, but I'll be honest. If someone else comes by that wants it, I'm probably gonna have to sell it. So, if you're interested, you should probably jump on it now.
It's 500. I'm not too worried about that.
We have potential buyers coming in daily. I want to make sure that you don't lose the opportunity to buy this beautiful dagger, which again for you was it's like a short sword. I'd hate to see you lose this chance.
How much were those potions again?
50 gold apiece.
Can I have one of those?
Certainly. And he grabs one of the potions and hands it over to you.
I reluctantly hand a 50 in a bag over.
Thank you very much. And would you like the dagger as well?
I just put it back into a bag and just kind of shuffle towards the door and be like, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Come back soon.
All right. Try and get out of the door as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh. And then I scramble off to the building for some hopefully free breakfast.
All right. No problem. Sorry, and I'll get you the potion that was as well. But yeah, you guys all head over, and like I said, so Charlie, Silas, and Grub, unless there's anything else that Charlie or Silas want to do. Grub's dead. That's fine.
Grub just.
Yeah.
We
Grub,
don't need him anyway.
yeah, I think Grub went for mute, and then also I don't know. Oh, it's fine. He's here. He's not dead. But is there anything you guys want to do in the morning before heading over for breakfast?
No, not me.
I'm not. You guys are late already. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like morning calisthenics kind of thing, stretching, limbering up.
Who wants
Going
to
through,
help me strap my hammies?
How old is this guy?
No worries. Okay. Yeah. So you two arrive, and you are greeted by different person than previously who had. Well, you guys weren't there last time. You don't fucking know. You're greeted by a person. He lets you in. He says, Master Caleb will be coming by shortly. If you follow me this way, I can have you seated. And if you'd like anything special to drink, we have freshly squeezed juices. We have water. I can make some coffee for you if you'd prefer.
Water's fine.
No, I don't touch coffee. A juice would be fine, thank you.
Excellent. I'll have that brought right out. Orange juice, okay?
A lot of sugar and orange juice.
Yes.
Excellent. You're not there. You slept in.
No, it took too long to get ready.
You slept in. All right. Yeah, so you guys sit down, and as you sit down, they start bringing out the food as it's being prepared. There's fresh out of the oven baked breads. You can see that there's slices of pork that are brought out. Not quite bacon, but close enough for your taste that you're happy with it. Eggs that are brought out, some scrambled. They do ask if you'd like your eggs any other way, in case you want to. And then there's a selection of different fruits and vegetables, just sort of sitting around. Apples. They do have more oranges as well. And you're able to help yourselves to some breakfast.
Good old a la carte breakfast.
Heck yeah.
Just because, for practical purposes, I take off my jacket and my mask and put it at the side of the chair because I can't eat with that thing on.
Okay. Would you like to describe what Silas and Grub see?
Sure. So Charlie does have a little longer than shoulder length brown hair, but it's only on the right side, because all across the left side of her face and top of her head, it's just burned. So there's just scarring from when she was much younger.
You're a woman. Pardon
You,
me.
you're a man,
Yes,
right?
I thought you were a small man yesterday with the way you fought. I've never seen a woman fight like that.
Grub, you are there too. Just a heads up.
Thanks. I guess.
You're very welcome. Back to my orange juice and egg whites only.
You're the worst kind of person.
Yeah, you and Zell are not getting along. There's no way. It's just not happening. Bitter enemies to the end.
More spinach now.
Do you have any bread that isn't just white?
Jesus Christ. He needs whole grain, all
They
right?
bring you a whole
Whole
Do you
grain
not
bread.
have whole grains?
Rye. You have at least have rye.
They have some of the Dempster's ancient
I'm
grain bread
grateful.
for you. It's got quinoa and shit on it. It's great.
Oh, tight. It's pronounced quinoa. Thank you.
My bad.
For my
Anyway.
bread with little rocks in it.
Grub, do you want to say something sexist towards Charlie too, or are we just gonna leave it at that?
Grub knows his battles.
Alright. Within a few minutes, you do see that Caleb does come down. You can see he's got like he's like tried to fix his hair, like and like comb it down properly. But you can see it's still kind of disheveled. He hasn't had a chance to shave yet, so he's got like weird wispies going on, and he's looking a little rough from what Grub would assume. So I was like, who would have actually known he was drinking? And that would be Grub. Grub, from what you'd assume, is like the copious amounts that he was drinking with Zelmuth yesterday. He comes down, he says, coffee, lots of coffee, please. Thank you all for coming back and, accepting this work. I'm glad to see you came back. I wasn't sure if you would all come. Miss, my name is Caleb. I don't think I was properly introduced. My name is Caleb Marshall. Nice to meet you. And he extends his hand to shake your hand.
I shake his hand and say, I'm Charlene Nightsworn.
Miss Nightsworn, thank you very much. Sorry, and you are, and he reaches his hand out to you, Silas?
Silas Somerset. Silas Somerset.
Mr. Somerset, thank you very much. Again, thank you both. I'm sorry that I didn't introduce myself properly yesterday. That was poor manners on my part. But thank you again for coming back. Please eat as much as you would like. Mr. Somerset, where do you hail from?
I'm from Core.
Oh, from Core. Excellent.
But I've been away for some time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe the other two gentlemen. Well, I don't believe I know. They're from Core as well. I don't know if you knew Elhorn or Zelmith, but they also, come from Core. And what about you, Miss Nightsworn?
Oh, I'm from Athalito.
Ah, excellent.
I was asked by Kalesa, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name.
Rude.
Kijir?
Perfect. I know her well. No,
To help with healing some of the poorer people in Torin.
Ah, okay. That's so you're a healer of sorts then.
Yes, of sorts.
Well, thank you very much for helping heal some of our townsfolk. We greatly appreciate that. And Mr. Somerset, was it?
Yes.
Are you? I saw you wielding. You have a sword, right? Rapier? Sword?
Yeah, long sword and a rapier.
Right, yeah. It's both. That's why I was like, I couldn't decide which one it was. It's because it's two.
Because it's both.
Yeah, exactly. He says, are you are you like a mercenary by trade, or I saw you were handling the weapons very skillfully out there.
I've been under the tutelage of a teacher for some time, and I've decided to set out as something of a mercenary to test my skills. Yes, you could say.
Excellent. I mean, considering how you've performed so far, and you know, if with the help you're potentially going to be granting us with the excavation site, I'd be happy to see if myself or my father could, you know, provide a letter of recommendation with our house seal or something like that. Might help you get work down the road. Again, assuming things all continue to go well. But I would be open to that. You've helped me. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm repaying my debts in kind.
I'd be amenable to that. That's why I accepted this task. Look forward to an opportunity to test my skills against something I've not seen before.
Excellent. This should provide a great opportunity. And Master Dwarb, of course, there's something that seems to be right in your wheelhouse as always. More monsters to slay.
Mm-hmm.
So that works out splendidly. Wanted to say thank you again for helping out with everything. You're a very kind individual to do so.
Yep.
Excellent. Has anybody heard from the other two? Do we know if Zelmith or Elhorn are coming?
Last I heard, they were drinking last night.
Likely still deep in their cups at this point.
That's well, I mean, given how
Childish?
yesterday went. Yes. Right. Well, we'll give them a bit more time to show up, and then you know, we can all make sure we have everything we need, and I guess we'll set off on our way.
I just want to scooch closer to Silas. Just kind of give him a nudge, gesture to the. It's Caleb, right?
Yeah. Caleb. Sure.
He was pretty drunk last night too. You might want to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, you made fun of him there.
There's a difference between drinking overnight and then still being drunk and holding up an entire adventuring party when you agreed to meet at a certain time. It's irresponsible and unacceptable.
All right.
Well, I tried.
All right.
Go back to eating. Occasionally get a little something handheld size and put it in my bag.
Gotta fill up that Tupperware.
Yeah. You do the grandma at the Mandarin. I get you.
Yeah.
All right. But from that point, probably about 20 minutes or so go by. And eventually there's another knock at the door. And Zelmith and Elhorn, you're led inside to the dining room that you remember oh so well from yesterday. And you see everybody else just sitting there digesting their breakfast. And you see Caleb says, Master Peacebreaker and Master Peacebreaker.
Good morning, everyone.
sirs.
How are we feeling today?
Peacebreakers.
Better now that I've had some coffee.
Your name was Snake Myth?
This is Master Somerset. Mr. Somerset? I don't know.
Somerset. That's a boring last name. Mimosa?
I don't
Except for mimosa.
I don't know what that is.
It'll help you feel better, trust me. Just one. We'll just have one, because we have to be out. Joffrey, go get the champagne and some juice, please.
I'm gonna turn to see, like, just back to the group. He doesn't know where these things are. It's not his house.
I just imagine like cupboard doors just opening at
That's
random.
pretty much what's happening. Yeah, it's like you see doors
The
are
thing
just
is that he
opening
can
and
only go
closing.
60 feet around me, so it's just within 60 feet that he's searching.
Suddenly the house has got a poltergeist.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, like, vases are, like, turned upside down and moving like this real quick. Flip back over, put up. Like, nothing breaks. Yeah, you know what? I'll be nice about it. Unfortunately, Joffrey is not able to locate the champagne.
Well, you win some, you lose some. It's just take the juice, sip on the juice.
And he says, so I'm glad that that you both showed up as well. I think once you're finished eating, we can get on our way.
Oh, we already ate. I forgot about this. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that's
We can
perfect.
leave whenever
we
you're
can
ready.
we can leave now. Is there anything anybody needs before we leave?
Like the chair is already scraping against the floor.
Yeah.
An eager
Packing up,
bunch.
ready to go.
Excellent. Okay. Well then I'll get everything ready and we can head on our way.
As I walk by Charlie, I'm like, holy shit. You look badass. Holy fuck.
Better than I thought it was gonna be.
Wow.
Charlie immediately puts back on the mask.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. It wasn't my intention. I'm sure there are horrible memories attached to it. But if it's any consolation, you look wicked as shit.
The bird face looks really cool too.
You do
Yes,
see
the
Silas
mask.
like nod in agreement.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. Let's go.
Put back on my jacket and everything else.
Okay. And as you guys are getting prepped and ready to go, I think that's where we're going to go ahead and take our 10-minute break.
Oh, true. We have those, don't we?
We do have those. So just a heads up, while we're running the break, we do usually run an ad, so just watch your volume levels, just in case. I don't want anybody to split no eardrums. But yeah, come back and see us in 10 minutes or hang around the whole time, up to you. And we'll see what happens when our party here gets to the ruins outside of Turin.
Oh, yeah.
Aw,
Gonna
yeah.
get them monsters.
Assuming Zelmeth survives the trip.
Awesome. And whether I'm not
Next
going to try to
time.
make you walk on your hands the whole way there. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, gosh. All right, everybody.
You've made really good first impressions, Ray.
Absolutely.
I've made only slightly better impressions.
Yeah. Not much.
We're both terrible in our own ways. It's okay.
All right, everybody. We'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. Good time, everybody.
A dinosaur story.
He like jumped into his seat like
Hey.
Look, there's a cute baby.
Yeah.
He knows.
he's like, I'm live on the internet.
Yeah, I can all hear you laugh, Popeyes.
Quick, tell everybody to like and subscribe. Gotta train them young.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Don't forget, if you Twitch Prime, you can
Yeah,
get a free
can you say
subscription.
Twitch Prime?
That's his first words.
Yeah, his first words are Twitch Prime. Or
Yeah.
subscribe.
That'd be
I think Angela's
amazing.
gonna like that.
Oh my god.
Can you say Mama? Twitch Prime. Damn it.
Wow,
Drink
you can
Prime.
enunciate that so well.
Shit. How does he do it?
How does he do it?
All right. So, where we last left off, after sort of taking a breath upon defeating all of the
Sandwiches?
sandwiches,
Wow.
you guys decided to blink your blonks and schwingle your mingles.
Don't forget to work upon this.
I don't remember that. Oh,
Fine. After having a long conversation with Caleb, you guys all agreed to be hired on to go to the ruins outside of Turin and clear them out in exchange for 75 gold in total and 75 gold apiece. But on the condition that you take nothing. Zelmith is on the fence about how that's going to go for himself. So, picking up. All right, I can't do it on here because my thing's not working.
Gasp.
Audible gasp.
Gaspe in Spanish.
So,
Is that Despacito?
Despacito. You guys start making your way outside of town. You see
Make
that
noise.
Caleb has amassed a few of the city guard. However, wanting to keep the presence up, he's not taking too many with you guys, just because he wants to make sure that the town folk feel safe, considering what happened last night. So there's only like
And how effective they were, yeah.
what? No,
How effective the city guard were. Never
they
mind.
killed one. Be nice.
Yeah, we killed 2.
Listen,
many city
egg
guard are
whites,
there?
get out of here.
Everything's
do
a
some
competition.
push-ups. Jokes.
I can't fight against that, so no.
But yeah, so you guys just like a small party of yourselves, kind of leave out of Torin on the western road, and begin your walk. And as you're walking, Caleb sort of explains information that he doesn't really realize that Glastier explained to you guys yesterday. He starts going into the history of how they found the ruins. He's talked about how somebody came across this strange-looking rock, and once we started unearthing it, we discovered that it was some kind of ruin that had been there for a long time, and kind of just like delves back into that whole story again. He does start kind of talking a little bit more about the different people that they've brought in to help. He does mention that there have been researchers from both Core and Athelito that have been brought in on sort of a consulting basis, who have come across other ruins before, but all of them had agreed that this particular type of stone hadn't necessarily been seen before. Anybody who's trained in it, which I feel like might have been the guy that just had to step away for a sec and came back, anybody trained in history can make a history check.
You got it.
Thank you.
17.
17. You would know that historically there haven't been a ton of ruins that have been unearthed in the nation, like in Jacelil entirely. There's been a few that have been unearthed in Core, which would be part of the reason why, for example, Elhorn and Zelmith, your father, is fairly interested in history overall. And you know that there's probably been like 1 or 2 ruins that have been unearthed, like more towards the the southwest. But that's really it. There hasn't been a ton of stuff that's been found overall, just because there haven't been, from what you know with the 17, there's just not a lot of indicators as to where to look for this stuff. Like, there's no historic maps. You can't, like, there's no guesstimation on like where things are used to be. Generally speaking, people kind of happen across this stuff.
They just happen by accident. Sort of people stumble upon them.
Mm-hmm. So, it's about a 30-minute walk, but eventually, you kind of veer off the road and you follow like a path that at this point is kind of worn just by walking in general. And why would I write a thing if I'm not going to read the thing? You approach what looks to be a large excavation site dug into the ground ahead of you. As you're approaching, you can see several ladders that descend into this pit, which is some 50 feet deep. As you kind of walk up to the edge and you look over, you can see a large, dark stone building or structure of some kind that's been unearthed from the surrounding rocks. You can see that the top layer, for probably about 5 or 10 feet, was like grass, dirt into clay, and then from that point on downwards, it seemed to just be like sheer rocks. When you're looking at the structure from the front, you can see that it's about 60 feet across, and about 15 feet tall. From there, it stretches back about 50 feet, and then extends out like on either side another 30 feet on each side. before going back and then kind of disappearing into the rock behind it. On either side of the structure, you can see rudimentary campsites are set up. They look to be used by crews working on excavating the structure itself. You see tents, fire pits, and you can see tools even from up here strewn about the site below. Unfortunately, you also see the bodies. You can see about 4 bodies down below that are laying there with small pools of blood that have accumulated underneath. If anybody likes to, from up here, you can make a perception check.
I will do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 total for me.
8 total for me.
Okay.
It's the smell. I've got a handkerchief up.
Yeah.
Handkerchief up.
I think I've got a 21 there.
Damn.
18.
Okay, so everybody but Zelmuth. You can see at the front of the structure, you can see a large hole has been kind of broken out, which is like 10 feet away from like one of the camps, basically, because it's sort of on the left-hand side. But you can see the hole that Glacier was talking about, that it seemed to have like erupted from within. You can see parts of like the actual rock itself are sort of strewn about on the ground as well.
So it looks more like an actual break than like a door opened or something.
Yeah, it absolutely looks like a brick. Like you can see there's still like, because it's kind of brick, right? Like it's brickwork in a lot of ways. You can see parts where like some bricks were knocked out, but others stayed. So there's like weird jutting sections.
Okay.
Yeah, and the hole is fairly sizable. Just from here you can tell that the creatures that you fought would have been able to make their way through it.
Are there any creatures around?
With the perception checks that you guys rolled,
Like
you guys
dead
don't
ones?
see anything. You don't see dead ones.
Can I just do a quick double check to make sure all the doors are actually dead?
Yeah, so you guys want to climb down?
Okay, I'll go down.
Okay.
Caleb,
Yes.
did Glaster happen to make any mention of how many of these creatures there were?
When he spoke to me about it, he said there had been about 5 or 6 of them that he had noticed come through. He was honest in saying that he wasn't sure how many total. To survive, if I'm being honest, he had to hide. I know there are, from what he told me, I believe some of his kin down there.
Just unsheath both of the swords.
And then climb the ladder?
Yeah. Just hop down. Yeah.
Hop down? Are you jumping?
50 feet? Yeah. I know. Superhero landing.
Yeah.
No, I'll once I get down there. Yeah.
All right, no worries.
But-
So just so I know, what's the order you guys are going down?
I'd probably
wanna
go
know?
after Silas there. I want to get down quick.
I wasn't waiting for Silas to talk.
Yeah, I figured you were first, Charlie. Don't
away.
worry. You're good.
Yeah, so I'll be right behind Charlie. Charlie then.
Be number 3.
Go ahead, brother. I'll be last.
Okay, I'll be 4.
Surprise.
Perfect.
Zelmuth really takes a long moment. Why are we doing this? And then he looks at his brother and he's like, well, shit. Climbs down.
And as you're climbing down, and like you kind of like turn around to like face the ladder, and you're facing where Caleb is. He says, "We'll be up here if you need anything. Good luck. But we're going to make.
If we need anything, we'll be screaming because we'll be dying. You have a great time. Bye bye for now."
Oh.
Wait, who's dying?
He really doesn't want to go down here. He really doesn't think we're going to go down and come back up alive.
That's fair. Okay, so you climb your way down, and you're able to see what look to be 2 human bodies and 2 dwarven bodies. Both the dwarven bodies are male, and then the humans, there's 1 male and 1 female. If you'd like to go check around, you can just make 1 medicine check.
Okay. Yes. I will check all 4 of them.
Mhm.
That's a 14.
14. It's pretty quick and easy to tell. These 4 have been dead for several hours now, unfortunately.
The go on, Grub.
I just want to trail with Charlie as she's checking the bodies, and once she starts moving on to the next one, I will check, see what's on them.
Like loot them? I'm just
That's
making
a
sure.
bad word.
That's a bad word.
Not just for seeing what's on their pockets, but seeing how they died, were they like slashed, bit, that kind of thing. But yes, also checking pockets.
I don't want to say I'm not checking pockets, right? But
I'm just throwing. I just do the whole job.
It's a bad word, but it's not inaccurate.
you can go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
As he's doing that, the hole that these creatures came out, we can look down the opening. Is it a long hallway type of thing?
Are you gonna walk up and take a look?
I'm gonna go up to the where the boulder is smashed, but just kind of take a peek down the hallway.
Okay. We'll get to that. I'll ask you to roll a perception check,
Okay.
And then hold that number, because we'll get to that in a sec. Grubbity grub. What'd you get?
18.
18. Woo! In total, across the 4 bodies, you do get 8 copper. Aside from that, you can tell that some of them have just like a tools on like a belt around their waist. So there's a couple like chisels and things like that. Small picks, just stuff. A couple brushes too to try to brush away some of the dirt. Other than that, not much else. In regards to the actual wounds, you do see, sorry, that there are some like slashing wounds. You do see bite marks. Thinking back with the roll that you have, they seem to be pretty much in line with what you had fought earlier.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Come up behind Elhorn as he's kind of investigating the cave.
All right, Elhorn, what's your perception?
I rolled an 8.
An 8? Okay. And remind me again, you do have dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so peering into it, even like with the vision that you have, it is kind of tough to see in there. From what you can see, it looks like there's probably like broken furniture is what you're kind of making out, like just shape-wise.
Okay.
You can't see honestly too much further in there. There's not a ton of light getting in. But yeah, you can see there looks to be like ruined books and broken furniture, at least in like the light that's being cast from the opening.
Okay. Well, Grub would be the only one sees this because I'd be the only one. I'm gonna take off my little top hat, and I'm gonna like tap it from the bottom, and I go, "It's time to fly," and you're gonna see an owl come out, and it's gonna land on my hand, and I go, "Can you help me out?" And I'm gonna kind of guide her through the opening just to fly in and see what she could see.
Okay.
And then if she sees something, she'll just come by and just kind of like circle my head to tell me there's something weird going on in there.
Yeah. So with the quick flap of the wings, the owl flies inside. I was just you wouldn't even be able to. Owls are silent when they fly anyway. Within a few moments, the owl does come back and it does start circling your head a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Grub. There's something in there. Weird. We should probably proceed with caution when the team is ready.
All right. I'll check it out. When I start heading toward the hole.
I'm going to like look around like did nobody else like see this? God, and I'll follow Grub just to make sure he doesn't get it hurt.
Okay. You're muted, Ray.
Before following them, I will sheath the longsword.
Okay.
And light a torch, keeping the rapier out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Zelmith has been prejudicitation. That one.
Yep. Prestidigitation.
I didn't even
His
know what you were
clothes
saying.
clean. His clothes
See,
clean.
Yeah.
I knew what he was
Yeah,
saying.
prestidigitation.
Yeah,
As soon as you own it, that's the thing. I could say it when it
Present
wasn't mine,
vegetation,
but now
yeah.
that it's mine, I can't say it.
Pre-digestion.
Yes, so I'm doing a lot of
Oh, food.
pre-digestion
To keep
so
your
that I
clothes
can.
clean.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like every like 10 to 20 steps, like you kind of look down at your pant leg, you see like all the dust that's on it, and you're like, fuck, get it all off.
Why are we
Like, walk
here?
in.
It's so dirty.
Just get it off. All right. So for Grub and Elhorn, you approach the hole. Grub, if you'd like to make a perception check to see what's inside as well, you're able to.
Yes.
I'll be by Silas since I'm a dirty human, so I don't have night vision.
Okay.
I got a 21.
Okay.
I think I. Let me double check something here. I do have 60 feet of dark vision as well.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you can see in there a lot clearly, or a lot clearer. Sorry. You can see there's a pretty large amount of like what look to be like broken desks, chairs, some stuff that's like flipped over. Some's just been like completely shattered. You see the hallway stretches on for a while. You can see like what looked to have at one point might have been bookshelves on either side, but the books themselves, whatever's left, does seem to be in like really, really poor condition. A lot of the shelves have either been toppled or smashed. But you do see about 30 feet down the hall, you do see a set of stairs that go down. Sorry, like, are you just at the hole, or do you like stick your head in?
I'm going right in. Yeah.
Okay, so when you stick your head in as well, you do notice that the air is like super stale and musty. Like, you wouldn't be surprised if like this is the first fresh air that's gotten in this hole in a very long time. And as you look down at the floor with the roll that you had, you can see that there's a pretty thick layer of dust, and you can see like the paw prints that basically match up with what you guys fought. That obviously seem to be leading out.
Okay. Doing a quick scan around the room. There's no other doors or stairways. It seems like this is the way to go.
Seems like that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Do any of the books seem like they're actually readable, or are they just like so destroyed?
Make an
from old
investigation
age?
check.
Uh-oh. 11.
11. You check several of the books, but they all seem to be in like unreadable conditions.
Okay.
Okay. So if we're all heading in, I just need to actually let me get my notes up. I just need to get the marching order, please. So it sounds like Grub's first.
I would have gone second.
Elhorn.
Silas.
Yep.
I guess I'm behind Silas.
Yep. Zama, are you even going in?
I only noticed last second that when Charlie's going in.
Like no one else is out there. Hey guys, wait.
Where's... Oh, yep.
Look around the dark room by yourself. Like,
All right.
If I'm down here, I don't want to be by myself.
All right, no problem. So yeah, so you guys head in. You all see the same thing: the broken, discarded furniture, ruined books. And as I said, about 30 feet in front of you, there is a staircase that goes downwards. As you start to approach that area, you do see that there are two hallways that split to the right and to the left. But even like with just a quick glance around the corner, you can see that those don't actually go anywhere. This is just
So it's a dead end.
both ends do end, and same thing. Like you can see like what look to be like several lines worth of desks that have all been like caved in, splintered, shattered, and things like that. You can tell like there's, you know, just discarded furniture sort of all over the place. Yeah, and then like I said, there's the staircase going down.
I keep going down.
Okay. So you guys head down. Let me get up me map. Hello, map. Okay. So you guys descend the stairs, which, by the way, so you guys don't have to necessarily go in a line if you don't want to. Just so you know, this current hallway that you're going down is about 20 feet. Or, sorry, the staircase you're going down is about 20 feet wide. It's a very
Damn.
wide staircase.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right behind Grub. If he keeps going, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
Can't let this thing die.
I'll walk beside Silas, I guess.
Cool.
No reason to be single file.
I will walk next to Charlie. Definitely not next to Silas.
All right. So you guys descend
Are
about.
you frightened?
No, it's just if he sees me, then I can't do the things to ruin his life. I mean, that's a little extreme.
I'm sorry,
Mostly just
pardon?
you'll see.
So you guys descend about. That's so creepy. You guys descend 30 feet down, and then the hallway extends another 15 feet in front of you until it comes to an opening. It looks like at one point there may have been doors here. Those have since been broken and cast off their hinges. And you can see a room in front of you. Now, I will ask, how are you guys proceeding? I need to know if you guys are trying to move stealthily. We will need a group stealth check, so everyone will need to roll a stealth check for me. If you guys are just moving as normal, then obviously that's not required. But I need to know ahead of time.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
grab onto Drub, and just be like, let's wait for the group. We should probably go slowly, but I'm gonna call on the owl. Her name is Lucy. We call her Lucy, and I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
like
be
She
like,
a Sphinx owl, or
no.
You
Anyway, I'm
fucker.
gonna get Lucy. I'm gonna be like, can you just help me one more time? And then I'm gonna toss her into the room just so she can see what's in there, and then come back and let me know if something's weird.
just yeet the bird.
Yeah. Well, not just like a gentle.
Like
get
a paper
going.
airplane, just whoop.
Yeah.
Does like the big like wind up like the leg comes up and just, or does like the fast underarm throw?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
definitely stop when he puts a hand on me, but I'll at the break point of the room, 60 feet out, if I can see anything, I'm kind of taking a look around
Okay.
while the owl gets in there too.
Yeah, no problem. So it takes a little while, but before too long, the owl does come back and just sort of lands on your shoulder. Not doing the
Okay.
circling around your head thing.
Okay. She didn't find anything. It doesn't mean there's nothing in there. So let's just proceed with caution. Let's make this professional, in and out. And let's call it a day.
Okay.
That's what she
And
said.
I start forward.
Okay. So you guys, so we're not doing no stealth, just making sure.
I'll go inside.
Stealth.
I think that was why he stopped everybody, and then
Got it. Okay, so
Stealth.
just Elhorn is going, and I'm guessing you're relying on your vision because you don't have a torch. Silas has a torch.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we're good there.
I'll hang back with the torch.
Cool. Okay.
Elhorn,
Yes.
Hello.
see.
don't die. And I give him bardic inspiration.
Someone's fine. What a good speech. Hey, you. Don't be dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
You always know how to make me feel better.
I'm just saying, don't die.
If I see Elhorn going, I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in stealthily,
Yeah.
and then make my way downtown.
So, without a light source, how dark would you say it is in here?
Well, there's no natural light. So,
So pitch black.
incredibly. Yeah. Yeah, it's pitch black out there, boy.
Okay, I rolled 19 for my
19?
stealth.
All right. Grub, are you going stealthily or no?
Yeah, I'll mimic whatever he's doing, so I'll go stealthily as well.
Okay. Yeah, stealth roll from you, please.
Oh, an 11.
11? Okay, that's not the worst. It's
That's
not
a
the
roll.
best.
All
Yeah,
right.
That's numbers. We're good.
Fairly average.
Yeah, it's average, exactly. Okay, so you start making your way down, forward into the hallway, and you come into the room itself. Taking a look around, actually, make a perception check for me.
Me or Elhorn?
Yes.
Both.
Well, I mean, if you guys can both make, you're the ones looking into the
We're
room.
both looking. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
one
got
can do
some-
it, and you can give it.
I got
Perception.
specialized.
Yeah.
I'm following directly behind Elhorn, almost like holding on to the back of his coat.
Did you natty one it? I didn't see it.
I
There's
got
a
a 2.
Not a boy.
15 for me.
15. Okay. Um, it's
Shit.
it's tough to see. There's not a lot of light, as mentioned before, and Grub, you're kind of just eyes fixated right into the back of the person in front of you, which like that's fine, all good. But from what you can make out in the dim light, there doesn't seem to be anything moving in the room. You can see kind of similar things to what you saw upstairs. There does seem to be several desks that are broken. Difference here, though, however, is that there are several tables that look like they were fairly large, like circular tables, kind of tables that you'd like sit around with like company and things like that. But there are a few of them here that are broken. You can see a couple what look to have at one point been couches as well. However, you can see like very long gash marks into the actual like the fabric and stuff as well, and just like deterioration over time, and same stale smell is in this room also.
Do you see any tracks or anything on the ground?
With the, I mean, yeah, with the dark vision that you have, and even with the roll you made, you can see that there were some track marks that were leading up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just keep following.
Okay, I'm going to. I do have a lantern, but that could fuck us up. I'm going to continue on,
Okay.
hugging or just trying to feel my way around.
Mhm.
We don't hear anything like this is a completely silent room other
Yep.
than our footsteps.
Yep.
Okay. Super question. Super question.
Super. I
quick
love
question.
super questions. Hit me with it.
With Find Familiar,
Mm-hmm.
it says here, if you're in 100 feet, you can communicate with telepathically. In addition, you can see through your familiar's eyes.
Yardog.
Do I have to be not moving?
I mean, if you want
You
to, you
can
can
move.
move, but like, you can't see or hear what's going
What
on
I'm
around
hearing.
you. So you can keep moving, but you might fucking walk into a wall or like trip on some shit. You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Lucy, and I'm gonna get Lucy to fly as high as she can, and a bit further away from us. And I'm gonna look through her eyes to see. And she has a dark vision of 120 feet.
Okay. Roll a perception check using Lucy's stuff, if you could, please. I think owls might get advantage as well. You're so muted, Brickley. No one even knows what you're saying. I didn't know if that was at us or not.
Oh,
I have
it does
medication I have to take. I was just asking about that.
Cool. Just making sure.
So 10 total.
10
for
total?
Lucy.
Okay. So I'll be honest. I didn't even realize this was familiar. You can just telepathically talk to your burb. But
Yeah.
basically,
Oh, yeah.
So Lucy flies into the room and kind of gives you the feedback. A lot of what was kind of mentioned before. Also, to the right, there is a hallway, and then ahead and to the left, sort of in like the top left corner of the room, there is a hallway as well that extends forward.
Okay, and none of them is shedding any sort of light.
Nope.
Okay. There's a hallway to the right, or one slightly above us to the left. You get to choose. Which one do we go?
Closer first.
Okay, and that would be the
The right.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move over to the right.
Okay. Is everybody else remaining behind?
Were we supposed to follow them?
Yeah, as
Considering
I see
how
them,
dark it is.
yeah, as I see them move forward a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more, I'll start following.
Okay.
Considering how dark it is, I will light my own torch because I can't see shit. And
Okay.
yeah, I will follow.
All right. So you light a torch as well, and as you guys kind of walk in the room, you do see what what I mentioned before. There's several tables that are broken, splintered. You can see chairs that have been broken, knocked over, and you can see a very upset baby. He's like,
Oh
"What the fuck, guys?
Don't say that.
I've
Don't
been
say
here-"
that.
Now that the torch is lit,
Yeah.
those footprints that Grub has been staring at, do they lead in a particular way?
They lead up and out, like the way you guys came.
I know, but they didn't start here. They must keep going backwards towards some place, right? Did they come from the right hallway or the left hallway? Or did they end back there?
No. So you see that there's tracks that are actually from both directions.
Are any of the tracks larger than the others?
So make an investigation check for me.
I will give him the help action, as that's what I was doing.
No worries.
So advantage.
Yeah. Or survival. Actually, to be fair, you could roll survival as well.
Okay, that's better.
It is
14.
tracks. 14?
Yeah.
So you can see that there are some larger ones, some smaller ones. As you kind of get down, you guys are going into the room and you're looking at this, right?
Yeah.
You can see now it starts to be a lot more crisscrossing of like paths, and like there's a lot more tracks down here. And then like there was like a pretty obvious trail of like up and out, but down here you're starting to see things like it's hard to follow one set. Just like throughout all the dust, there seems to have been a fair amount of movement down here.
Okay. Just a quick question. Considering we can see the bigger and smaller tracks, rough estimate on how many?
The best chance you have is looking at like the tracks as they're going out, because if not, you'd think there's fucking hundreds in here. It's hard to say exactly. With the roll that you had, you would guess that there's absolutely more than 5, but you wouldn't place it anywhere above like 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess we're making our way downtown.
Yeah. Go down that right hall.
Okay. I'm gonna like kind of hug the wall, and continue down. Is it still that weird smell we've been smelling all over the place?
Yeah, it's just like
So
the air down here is just like remarkably stale.
Okay.
But it does still seem to be breathable. Like you guys aren't really concerned in that sense.
Okay.
But it's just like so much, like just a ton of like just dust and like musty, stale smell. But yeah, so the hallway to the right, you see it extends 45 feet in front of you.
Okay.
Before it seems to open up into another room.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. Get Lucy to go into that wall or room, and go as high as she can, just to see throughout the whole room, just to kind of give me a lay of the land.
Yep. So she flies in. The ceilings aren't super tall. You're probably looking at about 15 feet or so.
Okay.
But as she does fly in, she does kind of report back. There's no like creatures or anything in here. This room seems to kind of be, best she can guess is there was a lot of different things that were stored here.
Okay, and there's no other hallways in this room?
Sorry, there is a hallway. So from the way she was facing, there would have been a hallway to the left as well. That looks to,
Okay.
with her dark vision, she would have seen, goes straight for a bit and then turns right.
Okay. From what I can tell, this thing just keeps going. And it's probably only going to get darker from here. I don't know what we're really looking for. But anyway, the hallway leads to a corridor, and there's a room, or there's a hallway to the left. Doesn't seem like there's anything in there that she thinks is valuable, but she's been wrong before in that case. I'm going to... Can I send message? I'm going to cast message to... Oh, I can't. Never mind. Okay. We'll just keep going because it says I have to see Oh, it just says it within range.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think you have to see them.
No, I don't think so either.
As long as you're
Okay.
within range, you can cast them.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast message and send it to Z there.
Yep.
It's pretty safe moving forward up until the next corridor. Just wait there until I give you further. Was that 20 words? How many words do I have?
I think message. Oh wait, no.
It's a few sentences, I think is what
Okay.
it says.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, just wait until the corridor until we give you further instructions.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And Drob and I will keep going for it.
I just relay that information to Charlie. Seems there's nothing up ahead. Just wait till the next.
Okay.
I walk forward then with my torch.
Okay. So, Grub and Elhorn, if you guys are continuing moving stealthily, I would ask for another stealth check, please.
Of course.
Continue into the next.
Do I see like Silas approaching?
I mean, you see
his
torchlight
torch?
approaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just gonna like call him forward. Like, we need light in the rooms.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
He said to wait. All right.
I rolled a 25 total.
25 total. Okay.
Just a reminder, not that you need it now, but you do have Bardic Inspiration, Elhorn.
Oh yeah, that's right. And that's a D4.
D6.
D6.
Since I'm hugging the wall, do I notice those things that would hold torches?
Sconces?
A brazier. Or a sconce.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do see that there are some sconces on the wall.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay. I could have just told them to light the way.
Well, they're coming.
No, I mean like light where we've been. Anyway, forget it. We're gonna move forward. We'll all move forward.
Okay. So you're going into the room that Lucy was in?
Yeah, and then
Stupid name. But go on.
churning left.
And you're gonna. Okay. Well, let's start with the room that you walk
Okay.
into first. So you do see that this room itself does seem to have several crates in it. Looks like all the crates, like the tops are popped open. Some of them actually have like splintered sides, and you can see inside. There just looks to be a lot of. There are some like basic things like cups, plates, that sort of thing. There is also a small selection of very rusted weapons. There's some daggers and short swords that are in here. But it looks like this room itself was mainly used for storage. You can see there were some racks that look to have been at some point hung up on the wall. Have since, like, some of them are just hanging by like, one screw type thing. And some of them are actually just like shattered and broken on the ground as well. And then yeah, that's what you guys see in the room.
I'm gonna turn to Drub. So it's looking more and more like, I don't know, a manor, a castle. There's some of the stuff here. At first, I thought maybe it was a school, but with the desks and things like that. But now seeing weapons here doesn't quite make sense.
Want me to check them out? I'll start kind of scooting towards the crates.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Whoa. Give me something good. Oh, 9.
You don't have a bonus? Oof. Yeah, I mean, like, there's some of the crates still seem to be, like, fairly sealed. You can't get into those. As you kind of, like, the ones that are already broken or that don't have, like, their lids secured on, you start kind of sorting through that a little bit. You do notice that there are some, like, vials that are in there as well. Most of them broken. But you do see that there does seem to be some kind of, like, alchemical equipment in here as well. On top of the, just like the old rusted weapons and things like that.
I'm guessing there's no actual fluid.
No.
Okay.
No.
And no vials are intact.
Not at this point. No.
Okay.
I'm going to cast detect magic.
Okay. What's the range on that again?
30 feet. So I'm just gonna walk around the room.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, and I should have given you dimensions. This room, just so you guys know, is about 30 by 40 feet. So it's a fair-sized room. But yeah, so you walk in. As you kind of start working the perimeter of the room, as you come to the west side of the room, so the same side that you would have come in from, but a little bit further south, and on the left-hand side, you do get a ping of something magical behind what seems to just be a stone wall.
Elhorn.
What I've heard, we're not in the same corridor. Would I have heard
I just
him?
assume you're close by.
I thought you were still in the room.
Yeah,
Did
you
leave?
joined the same room.
Oh,
I
he would have
imagine.
joined us. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just assume you're close by at any given point, so I didn't even think to look where you were.
Okay. Yeah, see?
I got a ping on the other side of
Okay.
that wall. Something magical.
Can I inspect it to see if there's a switch, something?
Check
Make
a
an
for
fake
traps.
investigation
button?
check.
Check for traps, please. You remember what happened last time.
Okay, that's true. Let's do that first.
Okay. Make an
Looking
Looking
investigation.
at him
check
like
for me.
he's ruining my fun.
Silas. Is he in the room yet?
What was it again?
Investigation.
I'm going to use that bard.
Bardic inspiration.
The
Yeah.
Bard Inspiration.
Yeah. 16 total. Ooh, I needed
16 total. So you kind of start to feel around the stone itself, and you start to make out what feels to be, and it's very, very slight, but you're able to feel it just on the tip of your fingers. What seems to be a seam. Kind of make out what must be a door, and you're kind of pushing on the bricks from side to side. You don't notice any traps, but eventually, as you work your hand up, you feel one of the bricks give a little bit, and you hear, and then the just like the edge of the door just kind of pops out, or sorry, the edge of the door wall pops open a bit.
that. Ha ha!
Yes, you're
Ah,
welcome.
such a
Can
great
you
feel.
open the door now?
Yes, give me a second. I'm just going to swing it
Yeah,
open.
you grab it, and it's a little it's obviously not been well kept, so it's a little tough to move. But you're able to kind of put your shoulder into it a bit, and
I don't help at all.
you hear as the rust is grinding off the hinges, and you do see that there's a very short corridor that leads into a very small room.
Hey, Elhorn.
Yeah.
If they had one, they didn't have a trap. There was no traps.
Not that I noticed.
Okay. Just don't die. Whatever's
you.
magical's in there. So I can tell you what it is if we get it out of there, but I'm not going in there. So
Yeah, let's. Is it a long hallway?
No, it's like 10 feet.
Okay. I will go very carefully down the hallway.
Okay. So you go.
I give him bardic inspiration again. Seriously, look at me, Elhorn. Look at me.
Yes, I'm looking.
Don't fuck this up.
Okay.
You feel inspired by those words.
Yeah.
They just reach
Wise
into your
words.
soul and just.
Sage advice.
So you move slowly and carefully down the hallway. Nothing seems to happen. You're feeling okay about it, and you come into a room. Sorry, let me get my note up. Bam. There we go. So you come into a room that, even though a lot of the wooden pieces in here are deteriorated, does seem to have a lot nicer things. You can tell there are some chairs and a small table in here that is in very, very good condition. On the table itself you do see that there's a few different sacks that are sitting there, and then that's on the right hand side. Sorry, and then on the left hand side, which is just kind of behind the wall a bit, you see this large case that seems to be in very good condition. It seems to be like a nice oak wood with like some inlay designs in like a gold plating on it that is sitting there as well.
I'm gonna call back to Z. Did you see that? Did you see that ping to the right or to the left?
You would have seen it to the left.
None of your business. Just kidding. To the left.
Okay. I want to cast Mage Hand,
Okay.
and I'm going to use Mage Hand to go over the case, so that to see if there's any traps or anything that could potentially hurt me, and if there isn't, then I'm going to try to open it.
Okay. So your mage hand reaches out lovingly and caresses the outside of this case.
Beautiful wood.
It feels all the nooks and crannies. But as it moves over the case, it doesn't seem to detect any traps that you know of.
Okay. I'm going to use Mage Hand to try to open the case.
Yep. There's a simple latch on the case itself. So you see the latch swings, and as the case opens, what you see inside is death. I'm joking.
15 kobolds.
Was that battle music?
You see, you see a sword, short sword size, that is sheathed, and you can see this silvery, like the sheath itself is like a black color, but you see this like silver design that runs up either side of the sheath itself, and then you can see on the hilt of the sword there's this like same silver wrapping, just in color, from as far as you can tell, design purposes. And then it stretches out into like a black pommel with another silver like orb on the end of it.
Okay. I'm going to grab with my Mage Hand.
Okay. Yeah. How much weight can the mage hand carry?
It's 10 pounds.
5 to 10 pounds, yeah.
I don't know what a short sword weighs. Sure, it works.
Okay. Well,
Just nothing ridiculous, like it can't carry a person.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Or,
just to give you.
I'm
Just to give you
not.
an example.
Yeah, I'm not fussed about it. Pick up the fucking sword.
Okay.
Don't
Okay. Cool.
worry about it.
I'm going
You're
to pick
fine.
up the side.
All right.
And then
Pretty
I'll.
sure,
I'll
like
grab it.
historically, weapons are pretty light, like surprisingly light.
Yeah, I think they're
I can't
built
see a
that
short
way.
sword being
What
more
if it's a
than, like, 3
mace?
pounds max.
That's heavy.
But you said it was a sword.
Yeah, I know. But you ever watch Spider-Man?
True.
MJ had a mace. Looked really heavy.
Uh,
Yeah. Grab the sword.
I'm gonna grab the weapon, but I'm just gonna super quickly just draw on my notebook like the path that we've taken to this door,
Okay.
and then I'll come back out.
Yeah, so as your mage hand is holding the sword, you awkwardly pull out your journal as it's just floating in front of you.
Yeah,
and
it just
like,
holds it there for a minute.
yeah,
Yep.
we got- yeah.
There you go.
cool.
Yep.
No problem.
If I saw the whatever ping was getting closer, I just assumed he succeeded and I'm walking over.
Yeah. No, you would have seen it come a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Ooh, a
I'm gonna-
sword. You
I'm
found
gonna
a
hand
sword.
it to Z. It's actually really.
Dibsity.
Yeah.
I sit down and I cast Identify on it.
Okay.
I will cast it ritually, so it'll take about 10 minutes. So I literally just sit there
Okay.
in the dust.
So it's just so
in
everybody
dirt.
else knows. You see Zelmuth walk into this hidden room, and then he sits down.
I wasn't trying to hide it.
I know. I want to make sure everybody else knows what's going on. You're sitting down for 10 minutes.
Is this going to
I
take a
suppose
while?
we'll just wait here.
It's going to take 11 minutes.
No, let's go. Silas, you got a light. Charlie, you got a light. Let's go. Point to the other hallway, in the aside from the room, like across from it. Let's go down that way.
I'll follow.
Lead the way.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
I
stay
wait 11
beside.
minutes.
I'm gonna stay with Z, and just be like, hey, best case scenario, they don't die. Worst case scenario, we have a chance to escape before they do. So.
Honestly, I'll be fine if you want to go ahead. Just leave a mark so I know which way to go.
Fine. Just as you always say, don't die. And I'll continue on following them.
Okay.
Yeah, now we barely split the party.
Yeah. Totally. Okay.
Optimal splitting.
Optimal splitting. That's what matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So
Silas might be right. You might guys might lose Cell in the second episode.
so the rest of you take the exit to the north, or at least the north on my map, and that extends about 40 feet before it turns right. Well, 30 feet, then it turns right.
I follow it all the way to the end until it gets different.
Okay. Are you going stealthily or no? I need to know if all
Yeah.
of you are going stealthily, and if you are, no stealth?
No.
Cool beans.
I will
So,
go stealth.
I mean, you're at the back. I
can't
don't
sit
give a
at the
shit
back
what
now.
you do, to be honest.
No, that is true.
I'm kidding. There's nothing here. So you go 30 feet, and then the hallway goes right. It goes right another 40 feet before turning left. Upon turning left, it goes forward 20. Sorry, no, that's another 30 feet, and then you come upon a large wooden door, which looks to be reinforced with iron, even though it's not in great condition. It is a pretty heavy-duty door in front of you.
Did I check it out? Does it have a lock hole, keyhole, anything like that? A lock on it, or?
It does have a lock hole. Are you going to try to open the door?
First, I'm gonna just see if it's openable very gently.
Okay.
See if it's got a knob or.
So if you're trying to be silent about this, I am going to need you to make a stealth check.
No, not stealthy. It's a
Okay.
door. I'm not trying to sneak up on it. I just like not breaking into the room, just seeing if the knob turns.
Okay. So you turn on the knob. The knob itself does turn. If you go to, are you pushing the door?
Seeing that it turns, I do want to look back to everyone else. Should I go
I
in?
give him a thumbs up.
I push it open.
Doing great.
This is me doing magic.
So you push on it, and it doesn't open.
All right.
Perhaps you're too light, little one.
You want to give it a shot?
I'll go and give it a shoulder.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Sure. I can do that. Do. 6.
That door,
So,
that
you kinda-
door
you, like-
shoves you back.
You straighten yourself up. You know, you puff out the chest a little. Stand aside, citizen. And you go up and you hit the door, and like it moves forward like 2 inches.
Move my
It's just
torch.
doesn't open.
Here, let me try. And I'm gonna be like, Charlie, can I get a light? And I'm gonna try to
I hold the
To
torch
pick it.
over it.
with my thieves' tools.
Okay.
I just look over to
these
Silas
tools.
and I'm just disappointed.
Fuck.
It's okay.
And I look down at
I
Elhorn
think
and
very
I'm
little of your
disappointed.
opinion.
7 is total.
7. So you get your thieves' tools in there and you start trying to work the lock, but you can't quite get it.
I can't. This feels different.
It would feel different from the locks you're used to, potentially.
It doesn't. It's not like a normal door. It's hard to explain.
Some kind of
Right.
special
No
door. What the
lock.
fuck is this thing?
It's not
This is
made
even
out
a
of
door?
normal.
I'm not sure
Pushing, we
anymore.
need to pull.
This is not made out of normal door.
So I'm guessing since the door swings in, the hinges are on the other side.
Well, we know the monsters didn't come this way, so do we break it down or we go a different way?
It's really up to you.
You can have another go at it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try
So,
one more time. I'm
just
gonna
so you
ask.
know, If you're
Yeah.
going to do it again, you can do it again. The DC does get higher, and you will be at
Okay.
risk of breaking your thieves' tools.
You have Bardic Inspiration.
You do have Bardic Inspiration. Absolutely. I just want to level set with you, so ain't nothing surprising you here. That's all.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna. Charlotte, can I just borrow that for a minute? You're the torch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna grab it, just kind of place it in front of the keyhole so I can take a look inside.
Okay.
Just to give
Hold
me
it
a
in your
better
teeth like a flashlight.
explanation of what's going on.
Not really. All the locking
and
mechanisms like
say,
up inside, you know.
oh, gee, guys, I can't do it. It's impossible. This door has befuddled me.
What's the total?
8.
Maybe just do Bardic so that you
8?
don't break them.
He did. He got a
He
1.
did.
You use
I got a
Bardic?
1.
He rolled a
Yeah,
1
I
on
got
the
a 1.
What a waste.
So yeah, oh man. So yeah, you stick the thieves' tools in, and you start to feel it working, and then you're like, it starts to move a little, and you're feeling good about it. And you twist, and then
Oh.
break the thieves' tools.
Damn it. You know how good these thieves' tools were?
The lock level reveals itself as master at the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Master difficulty. Damn it.
Damn it, that's disappointing. And I'm gonna give Charlie back the thing. If finesse doesn't take care of it, then I guess brute force will. And I'll let you gentlemen take care of it. I'm just gonna take a step back and just watch them go at it if they want to.
Sure.
All right. Charlie, Grub, all at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna do too much, but I'm gonna.
You guys can help. I will let you make one roll with advantage. You don't get double
I've got
advantage.
plus
or
3 on
anything.
my strength, so
I'll offer a boot.
Judo kick.
all right.
Jumping
Yeah, I'm
full
just-
body,
I'm
taking
just
off, leaving
working
the
away
ground.
at the
You
sword.
throw all
that's
50
probably the
pounds at it,
key.
Aaron.
Yeah, all 50 pounds. I'm gonna bounce off of it.
That's fine.
It's a mimic.
It's like mini-me running at a door.
You have advantage.
You do have advantage.
Yeah, no, I gotta roll again.
I need better rolls. What is going on?
14 or
Aaron, I think
Okay.
you jinxed it at
18.
the
There we
beginning.
go.
18. Okay. Give me one hot second here. So, cool. Yeah, so you're able to finally get the door to kind of cave in. You see the as you like all three of you kind of run at it, and Charlie, you throw a big boot in towards it, and Grub just kind of starfishes at it. The lock does finally crack, and well, the wood itself on the door splinters and gives way, and the doors kind of go slamming inwards and kind of bang bounce off the walls, and the door is now open. In front of you.
Okay.
Would I have heard that door open?
Oh
Is it
shit!
spawned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
Zelmith-
I
Zelmith
will say
hears
you're
you?
actually pretty much done at this point with how long they tried to get into the door and then tried to pick the lock and then tried to pick the lock again and then now just finally broke the door open. You're
Yeah, that's
basically done and you can start making your way over.
Yeah, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, oh shit, and I just start running towards it, and then I stop, like, why am I running towards it? And then I don't think about it for a second, and I keep running.
Okay. So you'll get there in a couple moments, and I'm gonna send you what you found. Just that. All right. And
What do I see in this room?
so, as you open the door, you see there's a few things that kind of stand out to you right away. Within the room, you can see on the far wall, adjacent from where you are, there are several cages along the walls themselves. You can see that a lot of the wall on the far side is covered in pretty large webbing, like cobwebs and like spider webs and stuff like that. You can see, similar to where you've seen in other rooms, there are a few tables and desks that are in here that seem to be splintered and broken. And that's all you can see, like just from the opening itself. If you guys want to go in, you guys can hit it. But
Sorry, these cages, did you say that they were like a jail cell style, or?
potentially, like more for like one individual.
Okay. Now are these like hanging cages or
No,
like
they're on the ground.
Like, they're on the ground.
They
Okay,
are
so
like they're
on
like the rounded cages, but they are
Yeah.
stationary on the ground.
Okay.
Charlie
I'll,
walks forward with a torch.
Likewise.
Thank you.
All right. So what's the marching order?
Guess
Charlie?
first.
All right.
Because it's
Charlie
and Silas.
I mean, the opening is 10 feet wide, so you guys can, in theory, go in side by side. So if you two
Side
want to
by
walk in
side.
first,
I'll follow those two.
no problem. And then you.
Yeah,
and,
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait outside the door until Zelmith comes.
Okay.
But when I do see him, because I'm assuming I'm hearing his footsteps, I want to see if I can hear anything else, like any other noises coming from behind us.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Don't fail me now. 20 total.
20
Not a
total.
lockpicking thing, so you passed it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
The only way I
as you're kind of listening, like for any sound or noises behind you or anything like that, you keep an ear out, and you can hear footsteps running towards you. But aside from that, you don't hear anything else.
Okay. Just in case it's not Zelmith, I'm just gonna have my hand on my weapon.
Mhm.
Just in case if he turns the corner, it's not him. I'll stab him.
Just get ready. All right, yeah. So you kind of start facing down the hallway towards the footsteps. Hand on blade just in case. For the rest of you, you guys walk into this room, and as you kind of walk in and turn the corner and bring the torches in so you can light it up, you can see that the side of the room that would have been blocked, obviously, from like the wall. You can see that there are a few like statues along the side wall. You can see some sconces on the wall as well. In like the far corner of the room, you can see there are a few more crates that are stacked up and kind of similar in what they look like to the crates that you found in the previous room. You can also see lots of broken glass on the ground. Yeah, and then again, broken chairs, broken furniture. And as you're walking through, well, hold on, I have to roll this.
That doesn't sound menacing at all.
Not at all.
Sorry, one sec.
No, we're good. You take your time.
Take your time. I'm thinking my battle plan out.
Battle plan it out. Both Silas and Charlie.
Yes.
Grub, you would kind of see this out of the, well, as you're kind of walking, kind of the corner of your eye, but two shapes kind of drop down from the ceiling, and both make grabs, one towards Charlie and one towards Silas. First one on Silas misses horribly. Second one on Charlie. Oh fuck, I'm rolling like dog crap. Once an 8 hits
That's
you.
good news for us.
Yeah, I know, right? Apparently it's contagious. Thanks, guys.
Hey.
But you see two large shapes drop down. Grubby, you see them first. Charlie and Silas, as you hear these like soft landings behind you, you both instinctively kind of like get both of your guards up, which is good because you see these two like long, I think 3-fingered, like this like pinkish purple hand reach over you with what looks to be like a large garrote and try to go for your neck, and both of you are able to maneuver yourselves out of it.
What the what?
Yeah. And I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and roll initiative. So I will bring us over to the correct map. Don't do it on here. Let me get the right stuff up. Yeah. You can, whoever rolled, keep it. But
all right.
Okay.
just remember your number because I do have to change boards. Uh-oh. Well, I need to see which board it is because I actually don't remember. This one?
Sorry, it's where you're doing that description. You said like, was it one large hand?
No, two hands come across like to like.
Okay.
Nasty pinky hands. So 3 fingers.
I'll give you the
No,
full
was that,
description
like-
in a sec.
Okay.
So
Just wanna
a
make
bunch
sure,
of
like, it was
Vulcans with garages.
2 hands
Yeah.
for each of us.
Bunch of Vulcans.
Yeah.
Let me get your characters in and get everybody set up.
Almost there, fellas.
It's gonna be some nasty boys in there.
Gosh, don't pay attention to that.
The nasty boys.
So,
You roll the 5, guys.
I didn't.
Hey,
That was
Yeah.
fake. I said don't worry about that.
That's a miss.
All right, that's that. Now, they're gonna look like a thing that they're not. So,
as
just-
usual.
yeah. You know how it is, but I will give you an accurate description.
That that was the closest, or are you just picking something at random?
There's reasons, and we can
Okay.
go into that later. But let me move this over as well,
Oh, spiders with fists.
so that people can see it. There we go.
Ooh, okay.
So,
Get some spooky mood lighting.
spooky mood lighting, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't actually know how hard that is. Oh, that was pretty quick.
I got you, boy. You
Hey,
like that?
yeah, I like that.
All right. So, I'll get my description up. Well, I gotta do a few things at the same time, right? Okay. So, the creatures you see, on each hand, like I said, there's 3 fingers, and on the 2 main digits, there's this like long, sort of claw-like talon that comes out. The body itself, this is gonna sound really weird, is sort of like bulbous in nature. So almost like dad bod-ish in some ways. Like it's got like one lump on top and then another larger lump on the bottom, and they're kind of hunched over. You can see the neck itself comes down and ends in like these 2 mandibles, and it has 2 sets of eyes. So there's one at the bottom and then one that's a little bit further up. The feet itself, or the legs, sorry, itself, are very long. You can see that almost like elites from Halo kind of long. With these like
Okay.
weird, like odd bends in the knee. And you can see on the toes there are also 2 large claws coming off the toes.
And they're pink.
They're purple.
Okay,
Yeah.
more purple. Okay.
So let me go ahead and build the initiative. Oh my gosh, why are you in here? Well, whatever. Grub, what was your initiative, please?
21.
21. Zelmith.
Um.
You're not Zelmith.
Sorry. Yeah.
13. 13.
Nice try.
Elhorn.
11.
11. Silas, sorry.
14.
14. Charlie.
22.
22.
Also,
Not-
the lighting didn't change for me
Well,
on Despair.
get wrecked.
Yeah, and I need you to summon me back in, please.
Alright, give me 1 sec. Freaking people.
Yeah, me too.
What's wrong with you guys? Get over
Well,
it.
the lighting didn't change for me, so I reset it.
Gotcha. Are we all good now? Are we all happy?
Yeah, lighting's the same, but that's
I
fine.
still don't have light.
It's fine. It's fine.
Look
The
at the
viewers at
stream.
home can see it. and that's what's
if,
supposed to
if you want to see it, look at this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay. I just gotta, build the turn order real quick. So, we have Charlie. Whoops. There we go. You two. Wherever you are. You. Silas. Elhorn. That's it. Okay, so just so you guys have the initiative order in case you need it, it's Charlie, Grub, then the 2 creatures you're fighting, followed by Zelmith, Silas, and Elhorn. So Charlie, you are first to act. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, turn and face it.
Bird beak attack.
I'll do an unarmed strike to start.
Okay.
$17 plus 5, 22.
22. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Not too bad. Something
For-
something weird about that.
For
Yes.
6.
6 damage.
bare hand punching this nasty, fleshy, bulbous thing.
I kicked.
Cool.
Oh, you kicked. Okay. There you go.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah. So after shrugging off the attack that came at you, you turn to face this grotesque looking thing, and you throw a sideways kick at it, and you hit it in the side, and you see it kind of makes this like skittery noise, like this like as it hit it, and seems to have hurt it.
Okay. I'll flurry of blows.
Okay.
So here's for the 2 attacks.
You're a
13 is the lowest, 15 is the highest.
13 does not hit. 15 does.
Okay. For 5 damage.
5 damage. Not bad.
So.
Okay. Grub, you're up next.
Yeah, seeing these things kind of crash down and just like, oh yeah, monster time. And I pull up the 2 daggers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to. Should I? Yeah, I think I'm going to use a Crimson Right. So you see me kind of wave a hand over one, and it gets a little bit fiery
Which one?
over one of my daggers.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant one of the enemies.
Yeah,
I'm with
sorry.
you. No worries.
So on activating, I take 1d4 damage. So I'll do that.
Okay.
Real quick. See. All 4.
Can't have it both ways. You can't roll well and then expect to roll badly when you need it to.
Yeah, classic like Wolverine style. Like, does it hurt when they come out? Just every time. Just burn myself a bit, and then I'm going to, attack it
Okay.
with the old daggery do. Ooh, 27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Like I
That
said,
might do.
And you're
Yeah.
attacking the same one Charlie attacked, right?
If I'm positioned,
You
there,
can hit
yes,
either
yeah.
one. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll hit the same one. And so we're just doing double the dice once.
Yeah, you just gotta roll one die and double it.
So that one will be 6 plus 5, so 11 damage, and then the bonus damage from the Crimson Right is the double d4. So 6 more, so 17 damage total.
Ooh, nice.
And,
Oh, we have
that's-
advantage on this because of flanking, don't we?
Technically, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Well, I got a nat 20, so
Yeah, you're-
can do better
you're-
anyway. But yeah, that's it. That's my action and everything.
Okay.
And the Crimson Right was the bonus action.
Amazing. All right, yeah. So you pull out the daggers and just like your eyes gleam with like finally like the thing that I like to do, and you go in and you just stab and kind of rip up, and then you see flames kind of erupt from the attack as well, and you can see for anybody else who's watching, you see some of like the flames kind of kick back on Grub as well. But yeah, you tear into it and it's looking pretty hurt. But that brings it around to their turn. So
Ruh-roh.
the one on you, Silas, is going to remain where. Actually, no. Yeah, it's just going to attack you. So it comes in first for a bite, which is a 16 to hit.
So if it meets my armor class, do I take the damage? Because my armor class
Yeah.
is 16.
If it meets the armor
Okay.
class, you make. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to react and cast shield then.
Okay.
So you just see like golden armor sort of appear over top of Silas and just kind of like chuckle. I don't think so, beast.
All right. Nice. And then it's going to reach out with one of its with its claws as well. That
Grabby
is
hand.
better. That's a 23 to hit.
Cool. I've already used my reaction.
Well, your
Your shield's
AC
fine.
stays that way.
Oh,
till
okay, yeah, so
till
it's still
the
hit
beginning
anyway,
of your turn.
21.
End of your turn.
Yep, that is.
Okay. All right. And this is All right, it hits for 4 damage. And in the attack is doing so, it does actually finally get the webbing wrapped around your neck and it's starting to pull. And you're currently grappled.
Any longer, and I'm going to take this personally.
All right. Which brings us to the other one. This one is going to turn and face you. If I can make it just turn. There we go. Grub. And it's going to make similar attacks against you as well.
Ruh-roh.
Oh my god. You have to retire this dice. So it reaches in for a bite for a 10.
Nope.
And then it's similarly with the line that's between its hands. It's going to try to choke you the fuck out. That's a natural 1.
No close.
Yeah. So it reaches forward, and you kind of get your dagger up, and you see that the line actually just kind of snaps. And as it does so, you do see, like, it kind of flexes its, like, wrists and hands, and you can see, like, new line comes out.
Yeah, you're freaky.
A little bit. And that's going to end their turns. Zelmith.
Yep, I'm a run.
Away?
I'll light
5,
you up, just so
10,
people can see you.
15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I guess I can't see anyone from here, can I?
With the line of sight that you would have, no, unfortunately.
Well, I'm gonna dash because I don't know what's happening.
All right.
So I'll be 5, 10, 15, and then I see what's happening.
You sure do.
25, 30.
That's accurate. I respect it. I respect it.
Is that Elhorn there that he's with?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I'm
Then
gonna talk to Zelmith. Brother, you've caught up to us.
Why? Why did I do that?
You have a knack for timing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to use a bardic inspiration to use unsettling words, I believe it's called.
Okay.
I'll just pick the one closest to me.
Yep.
And it just has to make a D6 roll and subtract from the next
For the next
saving
attack?
throw it makes.
Saving throw.
Next saving throw it makes.
Got it. Okay. No problem.
Yeah, saving throw it makes.
Perfect.
Close start with your next turn.
All right.
It's
Do you
my
want
turn.
to say what your unsettling words are? You don't have to.
Hi, don't see me. I poke my head out. You suck.
So everybody else in the room that kind of does hear it, even though it doesn't affect you, you do hear that exact phrase, but you hear like 3 more voices, like at different octaves lower, and then 2 more a little higher. And it's kind of creepy sounding.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Are
a
we all
really
gonna
big
work
You hear it
horror
in your house?
restaurant.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
That is my turn.
All right, Silas, you're up.
Yeah, so to break free from a grapple is a strength check, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as I'm bound, I'm going to try and basically push the torch to try and singe off this webbing, but mechanically just try to break out of it.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll, sir.
All right. $18.
18, you break out of it. So yeah, you're able to kind of get up and get the leverage going to make this a little bit easier for yourself, and you're able to kind of get out from under the actual grapple itself. And you take a very
Okay,
deep breath because for a second there you weren't able to get any air into your lungs.
Ugh.
And with that, I'm going to action surge in order to make my attack.
Okay.
That's gonna be +3. Okay. Five.
Oh.
You know, it's you're out of sorts. You know, these things are real fucked up looking. But you make your swing, and it seems like the creature itself is upset that you were able to maneuver out so easily, and it able to kind of get away from your next attack, and it still stands up for the fucking thing ready to choke you out.
And can I just drop the torch?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you drop the torch to the floor.
Throw it on the ground.
Okay.
Drop it in its face.
That will be the plan next turn.
All right.
Good.
That's fine. That brings us to Elhorn.
Woo. Okay, since Zelnith got in my way, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yep.
I'm going to attack, but I'm also going to attack with Booming Blade. So I still do my melee attack, but if the creature moves 5 feet or more after, then it takes 1d8 thunder damage.
Yeah. Jardine's character in our one shot or our mini campaign had the same shit. I know what this does. Oh, that's
The
awesome.
good shit.
It is the good shit.
Would I
very
get
good roll to
advantage because I'm
You have
flanking?
advantage. Yep, 100%, buddy. Hey, what's up, Zyra? Put the cat count on.
Hey,
I don't know.
cat.
23 total.
23. That hits, my dude.
Okay, so 1d8, so 3, and then it was 2d6, right? For
Sneak attack, yeah.
so 8 total damage.
8 total. Got it.
Oh, sorry, 11.
Thank you.
I had to add +3.
All good, my dude. All right.
And then I'm gonna bonus action disengage and move 5 feet that way,
Okay.
and that's it for me.
So for everybody else, you see Elhorn kind of come in Naruto run style.
Oh no!
I'm just joking.
I trip him instantly.
There's a third enemy has appeared.
But he comes in, you see like he kind of runs his hand over the dagger, and you can see like kind of like comes to light a little bit, and he stabs it in, and you can see that same light's transferred into the creature before he kind of slips himself back out and backs away from it. And you see this like odd glow coming from like the side of the creature.
Damn.
All right.
But it's still alive. It's still okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about that. And that ends your turn, right?
Yes.
All right. Which brings us around to Charlie. However, we are about at time, so we're going to go ahead and stop the stream there for tonight. We'll pick up this combat next week, and potentially see where the rest of these ruins go.
Woo! Nasty.
I might even be able to roll attacks by then.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Maybe we'll refresh,
Me
get some
too.
new rolls.
The stuff these things can do is a lot of fun, and you know we haven't got there yet, but we'll get there.
So we need to remember that one of these has booming blade on it.
I'm gonna make notes before I actually like shut down my computer for the night. I'm not gonna pull a ray and like lose the initiative order and all these kinds of things.
Heyo, hey, call out
Nah, I
loud.
wouldn't do that.
Stings a
Love you,
bit.
buddy. Love you, buddy. He killed Christian. Never gonna get over that.
I mean, Christian deserved it.
Yeah, Christian killed himself.
Weird poison chugger.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Well, I do just want to say thank you very much for coming out. As always, we appreciate it tremendously. If you want to watch more of our stuff, next week on Tuesday, we'll be continuing our Through the Breach campaign, which is run by Ray. And then we'll be back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. as well. All of our streams start at 7 p.m. Eastern, just so you know. But we'll pick up this combat and continue our campaign 2 for Dungeons and Dragons. Excellent. So thanks again, everybody, for coming out. Have yourselves a wonderful, fantastic evening, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
See you
Thanks
guys on
very
Tuesday.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.